So in order to set up the cart, I'm going to go to the restaurant page and actually pull the menu items first from the database. So each restaurant has its own menu. Yeah, we call it menu. So each restaurant has its own menu, and we need to pull that menu in the restaurant page so that you can see all the menu items. So first thing I'm going to do is actually add a back-end query, and then I'm going to say query collection and we're pulling the menu. But the way that this is set up is menu items have a reference, right? So we need to select which restaurant is on this page or which restaurant are we displaying. And if I say value source, I actually don't have a way to do this. And the way to do this is to actually send the restaurant to this page so that you can use that restaurant reference to pull all the menu items. So I'm going to select the page and then define a parameter, and we're going to call it restaurant. And the type is actually want the whole document or like the whole restaurant. So I'm going to select documents, and then the type is a restaurant that I'm looking for, and this is required, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see anything. So confirm. Now if I go back to the list view and add the query collection and select the menu items, now I have a way to pull the items that only belong to this restaurant because I already have the restaurant as a parameter. So I'm going to select from variable. If you say query all sub collections, then it's going to bring all the menu items, even the one that don't belong to this restaurant, but we don't want that. So I'm going to select from variable, and then the value, I'm going to go to page parameters. This is already open, and you can see I only have one parameter, which is the restaurant. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to look for the reference of this restaurant. So select reference and then confirm. Yes, confirm. And now it's pulling all the children. So if I go in here and say the image gonna be the menu item document, cover image, and then the title gonna be the menu item name, and here we can add the price. So here we can do combine text and say the first one gonna be the $sign and then some space, second one gonna be the menu item price. Confirm. Good. This you can delete. We actually don't need that. And there we have it. So I'm gonna go back to the home page, and on this stack over here, or I can use the container, the entire container actually. Let's see. So this is the one. I can use the column actually. And if I navigate to the restaurant page, so navigate to restaurants, I'm going to send the parameter that I just defined. So I'm going to click on here, then restaurants, and it's going to be the restaurant documents, and confirm. All right, this should work. Let's test this. Good. So I've already created some menu items for one restaurant, and this one is called Uncle Fauzi. So if I go ahead and click on this, so if I click on Nando's, for example, you can see it's empty. Oh, all right. Let's just add a back button because now it's hard for me to go back. I'm gonna go here, and this is a stack. Good. So I can add an icon, a row. Maybe I can add a row in there because I want another icon on the right. So I'm gonna add an icon button, and this is gonna be back. So I can just add something like this, and then give this some padding. So 16 top, 16 left, and right, and then add some logic on here. So this is gonna navigate back. Good. Let me just give it some color. Fill color, we're gonna say primary background. That looks good. Now, if I instantly reload this, and press on Nando's, you can see that this is empty. But if I go back and select Uncle Fauzi, we can now see the menu items. Even the images are loading, the price as well. The next thing that you need to do is actually add a plus icon here so that you can be able to create a cart, so that you can start adding these items to our cart. So we are going to do all of that in the next lesson. And we're also going to be learning about app and page state. So for that and more, I'll catch you in the next lesson.